All right, kids, how's everybody doing out there? This is Joey. Super excited to bring you a new video today. It's been a minute since I've put up anything substantial on this channel. And just got to say, been so busy, these last few months. We moved houses and that really took a lot of time, to get the old house on the market, and everything was just a lot of work. And wow, I mean, I couldn't really focus on anything else. And that was kind of the last couple weeks. And 2 months before that, I was really busy with gigs and just playing a lot of music and just not having much time to really do any gaming whatsoever. Thought about playing Dead Rising, but kind of just watching, the people play it and kind of checking things out, just really did not look, like any kind of, improvement over the original that was like, I don't even know, 15 years ago or some shit, a long time ago. And it didn't really do it for me. I wanted to, I really did, but no. And I'm glad I didn't, because this game is incredible. It is definitely on the level of Resident Evil games. It is scary as hell, and the graphics are amazing. The controls are a little bit clunky, but I can live with that a little bit. I am definitely trying hard to get used to it.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
All right, so as I was saying, the controls are a little bit clunky. It's a little hard to pick stuff up. It's a little hard to loot. But as, the game goes on, you're easily able to overlook that. Wow, just an incredible game. I played Silent Hill 1 and 2. And pretty much it was a little bit hard to remember. It was a really long time ago. I played so many games in the meantime. But some of it's come back to me. I would say most of it is not, but I have to say that this is by far one of the coolest games that I've played in a while, and it's hard to put it down. With Resident Evil, it's kind of like I can do a chunk of a couple hours at a time and, call it good, and by then I'm ready to do something else. And, this game, a couple hours is gone in like a blink of an eye. And a lot of it's got to do with a lot of problem solving, a lot of, it seems more, so far more into the puzzles and that kind of thing, rather than just running around fighting. Couple things I love about the game is it makes you use, like a melee weapon for a long time before you even get a handgun. And then once you get the handgun, the pea shooter, then you get the shotgun after a period of time. And I kind of like how that happens. And there's really not a lot to choose from, which Resident Evil, of course you got a lot to choose from. You can choose all kinds of different ways to play the game, and that definitely makes it easy to replay it. But in the beginning, it's a little overwhelming. This game kind of takes all that out of the mix. You kind of got what you have to fight, and there you are. You just go for it. You're going to be in a lot of situations in close quarters, and just the graphics just look great. Everything looks polished. It's a little janky. There's some things that kind of happen, that are a little bit buggy, but trust me, it's not a big deal,
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog, either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but...
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, and pretty much the voice acting in this game, I definitely give it an A. Definitely came out really good. It doesn't distract. I mean, sometimes games with really terrible voice acting, really takes you out of the game. It's like all you can focus on is just like, wow, that was really, really bad. This game is definitely good. And I appreciate all the, care that they took in doing a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of cool stuff in the game. Some of those Easter eggs are things that I remember. Some of them are not. It's difficult to remember when this game came out. I'd have to look it up. But as we open up, we are running around. And in the beginning, you do a lot of running around. You don't have anything to fight with or anything to break out car windows. So for the first part, we're just going to kind of run around the Silent Hill Ranch. And it's great to be back, everybody. It's great to finally have a chance to sit down and post a video and one that's not Resident Evil, because it's just difficult. I wish they would update the game. I think the game is due for an update. Bring in a couple of guns. Do something to shake it up, and I'll definitely be playing it again. Still such a great game, separate ways, and I look forward to playing it again. I thought for sure they would have updated it by now, but no, nothing's happened for a while. So here we are, and that's fine. I'm going to put some time into this game, and I hope everybody, likes and follows, and, leave me comments. If you played the game, what do you think about it? What do you like about it, dislike about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, so far for me, it's just really exceeding all expectations. I really thought it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. So, let's just get into it. You're kind of running around. And you'll see it's extremely dark. A lot of the game, even if you mess with the brightness settings on your console, I'm playing this on PlayStation 5, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. So you just got to kind of live with it for a little while. You'll be putting a lot of keys and a lot of locks. That's for sure. So right now the game's just trying to teach you how to run. At least that's what I got out of it. Looking around and stuff, it's cool though, because the environment looks cool. The lighting looks cool. The music's cool. Everything is cool, except it's just the controls are a little janky, but you'll get used to it. And looting is definitely a pain in the ass sometimes, especially when you're about to get jumped. And I would just say make sure that the rooms are cleared before you start to loot around, because there's a lot of enemies that like to hide, and you do have the radio that gives you the warning when the enemies are near, which is very helpful. Sometimes you'll get that warning and you won't be able to find any enemies for a long time. All right, so we're just kind of running around. James is getting a bit of a workout in. The Road Runner. Looks like a pretty shady motel kind of thing. Not one I'm going to be staying in today. I prefer the finer things in life. We get our first look at the map. You're going to be referring to it a lot. There's another thing I don't like about this game, and that is the heals. It's on a button that I kind of sometimes feel like should be the map. So, sometimes when I don't want to heal or whatever, I accidentally hit the wrong button. And you'll see that happen plenty of times along the way. Again, everything looks just totally cool. It looks pretty bitchin'. Definitely scary. So the first thing we're just trying to do, and the first thing that you'll try to do, is just to kind of figure out the map. And, it's pretty cool how they do the map. I like it. I don't remember what the map was like in the first game, but this remake version, the map is pretty good. It tells you when you can't go somewhere, or when you need to come back to something, or, see the red squiggles means that you will never be able to go through there. So it's something you don't have to worry about. So it's nice once you kind of get those on your map, because you're going to go through a lot of different rooms, and you're going to backtrack a lot. And you're going to be running around a lot, and you're going to forget where you are. You're going to constantly need to know where you're at, for me at least, because I don't really remember where I'd been or where I was at. So I refer to the map a lot. Right now, James is saying, "Nice bum. Where are you from?" You don't want to hang out with that dude, James. I'm just going to give you a little tip right there. He don't want to hang out with you either.
Stuff.
So anyways, you'll be going in, you know, backtracking a lot. So the map is really useful. It'll tell you kind of when you're, it's not quite as good as Resident Evil Village, where, you know, I love how the color changes. You know, when you still have something to loot, you know, the color is different in Village, which is something I like a lot, but, you know, they can't copy too much of Resident Evil. Alright, so we're going through some backyards right now.
Hello?
Hello? And you're going to spend quite a bit of time, you know, looting around and kind of looking around. The game will often give you the way forward. But oftentimes, you know, you'll want to look around and loot around before kind of heading forward. And that's our save spot, which is, it's kind of unusual. Kind of cool looking, though. It's like the typewriter in Resident Evil, obviously. The save system is very similar. And as you can see here, it's definitely a little bit dark. But, you know, try to get used to it. It's not going to be forever. You know, it kind of adds to the scariness. And there's your health drink. Prepare to be using a lot of those. Health drinks, syringe, and ammo. Those are kind of the main things you're going to be looting around for. Alright, we're going to grab the radio here. Hello? Can I help you?
Stay back.
Alright, that's our first enemy. You know, it's kind of a thing where I'll hit him a couple times, then I'll try to juke out of the way, and you'll see that a lot. So again, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to watch this video. I'm going to do multiple videos on this, you know, my first playthrough, and then I'm going to try to like get a version down that's a little bit of a walkthrough, you know, where I'll take some time to really, you know, get the shortcuts down, kind of eliminate some of the fluff, and, you know, try to come up with, I still don't know how long this game's going to be. I haven't finished it yet by any stretch. I don't even know how far I am into it. And, you know, I'm just going to keep making videos until it's done, and hopefully people will respond positively. You know, just a great game, and thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, you know, like and subscribe. Definitely will try to put out good videos, good audio, good video, and try to put a little commentary over it, because not a lot of people take the time to do that. So, you know, kind of give my 2 cents worth. I've been playing video games all my life. It's not the main thing I do. YouTube is not the main thing I do. I'm a musician. And so this is something I do kind of along with being a musician. It's nice to take a break from music. And so now we're able to pop some windows, and there's going to be a lot of loot in these cars, which is kind of I would say that that's kind of annoying. You know, you want to just go from point A to point B, but then you run by a car and you're like, damn, I got to bust out all these windows. And, you know, that's a little bit annoying. And I definitely would have done a video for this the day it came out, except I was busy. I had work to do and I was moving. So I really, you know, couldn't get into it at all. I didn't want to start playing a game when I had that much other shit on my mind. You know, dealing with all the stuff. You know, we moved from a newer house to an older house, so it's kind of a little bit of culture shock. It's rough to do that, you know, because electrical and plumbing and roofs and just general construction, you know, from the 1980s is a lot different than from the 2015s. You know, it's much different. Codes got better, houses got made better, and so, you know, while you're kind of, we're just going to run past these enemies, when you're kind of, you know, dealing with a house that's a bit older, you know, you see along the lines of where a lot of people cut corners and they did strange shit to the place. You know, that like if you have somebody out to fix something, they're like, wow, this was, you know, really rigged up in kind of a bad way. And you're like, well, shit. I mean, you know, what else is going to be weird with this place? But we'll see. We like the house. It's definitely a cool house. It's bigger than our old house. These guys, if you're not looking for them, they're a little tough to see. But the good thing is they're kind of easy to beat. So, you know, you just got to be aware of them. They crawl out from underneath cars and shit. And, you know, there's bugs and there's those guys on the ground. And, you know, of course the ones walking around are pretty easy to see. All right, here we are on the bar. We're going to kind of get into our first puzzles. Miss the days of the old 45 records. There was an asshole here. He's gone now. Sorry, that's what I think of when I look at that. You'll be reading a lot of stuff. You know, I suggest if you're, you know, kind of watching this video, if you want to check everything out, you know, just hit pause and, you know, you can read everything. See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta like get lined up perfectly before it'll allow you to save or pick up something. You know, you gotta wait for the X to show up, and it's like, man, you sit there and you're like doing these micro movements, and I really think that could be a little bit better. All right, so we don't have the key. And then the map is going to show you, it's going to circle some things. It's going to show you the squares, which is going to be your save points. And, you know, if something's circled on your map, you kind of got to go check it out. You got to go figure out what's going on. Right now, we're dealing with the jukebox here. And we got to kind of go to a few other places, which is pretty typical for this game. In the beginning here, I don't really mess around too much with the enemies. They're kind of easy to avoid, so I don't really bother with them all that much. But you got to be careful when you're breaking into cars and shit, because those, you know, those ones that are on their belly on the ground, they, you know, like right here. Here's one. See, it kind of caught me off guard. I actually did notice it, and I did see it, but I couldn't react fast enough. Again, getting used to the controls. And that thing's still running around. Yeah, so you know you're gonna get puked on. Curb stomp him. Alright, so you hear the radio. The radio tells you when something's close by. From what I've seen so far, cars will only have one thing in them. It's not like something will be in the front seat, something will be in the back seat. No. If you find one thing, you can move on. You don't need to smash out any more of the windows. Although when you're coming back, I swear sometimes the cars refresh and all of a sudden they got all their windows back and you know you can loot them again. I'm not sure about that. I got to play through this a couple times to figure that sort of stuff out. Alright, so we're in the record store. So get a hit in and wait for him to puke. Oh, see, I didn't get over far enough. They got pretty good range with their puke, man. And just kind of bait them over. They're not very smart, but see, I missed that. They wanted to puke on me. There we go. So after they puke, they got a couple second cooldown before they can puke again. So that's a good time to attack them. Just kind of juke around. Pretty self-explanatory. And like I said in the beginning, you know, you'll be meleeing around for quite a bit. Alright, some super glue. And also the other part of the record that was in the jukebox. So that looks promising. So we're going to combine these all together. And I got a lot of experience with vinyl records. That thing ain't going to play like that. Let's just call it for what it is. That thing's never going to play. Music can bring you back. Let's see what it says here. Music can bring you back to those wonderful moments you thought you lost. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I make my life playing music. And music is everything to me. Music is, you know, next to my wife who plays music with me. Music is the most important thing, you know, ever. Music and family. And thank God that I do music with my family, which is, you know, really a cool thing. Super excited I get to do something like that with her. And she's just a great singer and a great friend. And we're traveling through life together, you know, going through it. And just super, super proud to have her along in my life. And just can't say enough good things. Alright, so we're going to make our way out of here. I think we're going to head back to the jukebox. Again, there's going to be a lot of little fellas running around. See, like, I don't know. I thought I got into this car already, but I guess not. And then later on, as it kind of went on, I realized that you can sort of look through the windows. And if you don't see anything, then there's no real reason to break it out the windows. So right here, I'm just like, hey, I might want to mix it up a little bit and get into some fights. You know, I'm feeling a little bit better with my 2x4 here with some nails in it. You know, I might want to take these guys to town here. Maybe give this guy a little bit of love. Maybe curb stomp him a little bit. You know, I mean, I think they're probably chasing me, but they're not that fast. The guys on the belly on the ground, now they're fast. They can catch you. You got to kill them dudes right away. Okay, so, you know, this is pretty much the game and problem solving and stuff. You know, it doesn't really give you too many hints on what you're supposed to do. And it doesn't let you off the hook either. You know, it doesn't like tell you what to do specifically. You just got to kind of figure it out. You got to use common sense. All right, that's the first part of the puzzle done. And I think I'll probably go save. Save quite a bit to kind of keep your progress. And I save often because I kind of never know how long I can sit down. Something always pulls me away. You know, like the other day I was trying to do this run and they were pressure washing the house. So they're like, oh, what about this and what about that? And they needed a lot of, you know, hand holding to kind of get the job done, which I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed with. You know, I wanted to get it finished, but they were also annoying me, and I was playing this game, and I was like, I didn't want to deal with contractors at the moment, and wanted to just play the game. So I had to pause a couple times for a pretty long period of time. So I'm not mixing it up yet. I'm not fighting. Still just kind of running around trying to get these first puzzles done. So thanks for hanging out with me. And another thing is you don't really want to be looking at your map out on the street with these guys rolling around. See that? Here's this dude again. I don't know if they respawn or if I'm in a different spot. You know, I don't know yet. This game is going to take a few times, you know, to play it. And I feel like it's going to have some replayability. That's one thing that Resident Evil Separate Ways really had, was replayability. We'll see if this game's got that. You know, once you kind of learn the puzzles and you don't have to figure them out anymore, then, you know, that's like a big part of the game. So all right, we finally found a coin. This is going to go in the jukebox. This guy wanted to come in, which was a good time to slap him around, you know, when he's just coming through the window. That's the best time to beat him up. Gonna look around and see if there's anywhere else to go. So, as you can see, or maybe you can't see, it'll tell you when doors are blocked off. But this is kind of like, there's two different parts of this game. There's open world, and there's, you know, like in the buildings. You know, they're kind of handled differently on the map. When you're in open world, it doesn't give you as much detail on the map. It just kind of gives you like a higher level view of where you can go and where you can't go. But with the when you're in the buildings, you get a lot more detail. It's like something's chasing me right here, or something's in here. I forget which. Well, so that's one of the bugs, is you'll see, you know, if you hear an enemy but you can't see them, start looking up on the roof or on the walls, because it could be one of those bugs. We'll kill a few of those along the way. Just exploring around, looking, reading. If you want to read the whole thing, you know, just pause the screen. We're mostly looking for better weapons. You know, this 2x4 with some nails in it, you know, it is getting the job done, but I'm going to need an upgrade soon. And like whenever you play a new game, it's cool to look around. The environment looks so cool. You know, it's definitely scary. The stores are cool. You can't go into many of them, so I doubt I went into all of them. You know, Was kind of trying to manage my ADD. You know, I can't really look around and go through every building at first. Maybe later, you know, when I get my routine down in this game, we'll see. We'll see how much more exploring I do. I hope I play this game a few times. I mean, it was like $80, so a little bit on the high end for a game, but definitely so far worth every bit of it. Now I'm starting to kind of think about, oh, maybe I'll beat this guy up. He's looking at me kind of weird. You know, I kind of feel like I want to give him some. You know, let's take him, give him the Hank Aaron. Give him a little juke. So yeah, I mean, I'm starting to want to beat people up now. I was just avoiding them at first, but now I'm like, all right, you want to go? I'll go. We're trying to get back to Neely's bar to get the jukebox going on. I finally found a quarter. And looks like the apartments down below is going to be where I'm going to have to go. Alright, let's go, dude. No, I guess not. I spared that guy. Let him live. Or whatever he's doing. Let him exist. That might be better way to describe it. But this guy, on the other hand. Alright, now we're in the apartments. And see the bug? I saw that one right off the bat. More than not, you're not going to see those bugs. You'll be looking around in corners for other enemies and it'll be a bug. So look at how dark it is. Room number 5. And just these dilapidated buildings. You know, I mean, it's pretty scary, man. I definitely got the shit scared out of me a few times in this so far. I mean, I'm kind of used to these scary games. I've been playing them all my life. But every once in a while, something does kind of get you in this game. The wife has to be careful not to, you know, if I've got headphones on, she knows better than to come up and tap me on the shoulder when I'm playing this game. Because I about shit my pants a few times. Now she just flips the light switch on and off, you know, a bunch of times, and I kind of see a strobe light sort of thing going on, and so then I pause the game and then I talk to her. But she's definitely got me a few times, scared the shit out of me. All right, head upstairs. See if it's a bug. Yep, I didn't even see that one. Watching it back. And this building might not be big enough to be considered to like have the in detail map that the other buildings have. It's just not big enough. All right, what can we loot? So not sure so far what the point was of this room. Okay, yeah. It was just to go through that wall. Sound effects are pretty cool. They definitely get you in the mood. All right, time to head outside for a bit. Lots of little fellers running around outside. And not sure exactly what just happened right there. Something made a sound, but I wasn't looking at it. The other cool thing is that James will look around if there's something to see. He kind of guides you. Got some redactions in this one. All right, head out onto the rooftop. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else to loot. That was room number 9. Number 9 is my favorite number. Uh-huh. What is this strange little hole in the wall? Let's put our hand in there. It's kind of greasy. Let's put our hand further in there. Very nice. Got the jukebox button. And James is going to be a jukebox hero. If you've ever heard that song before, let me know in the comments. It's kind of one of the songs that I heard when I was a little kid. And I one day wanted to be a jukebox hero. And then I one day became a jukebox hero. Strangely enough, I exist solely on music. It pays for my food and everything else. So I'm very thankful. Almost fell down there. Super happy to have you along for this Silent Hill journey. Great game. Really excited to do a series on this. I hope I do more than just one run through of this. But the only thing that'll dictate that is how fun the game is to play. If it's not fun, I can't be forced to do it. I won't do it, and I'll put the game down and I'll never play it again. So far, so good. I mean, this game is definitely on the level. Lots of problem solving, lots of running simulator, and, but it's kind of cool. You're kind of looking around this whole town. You got a lot of dudes chasing you around. All right, put the quarter in. And it literally doesn't hold your hand on anything. It makes you figure out what you're supposed to do. And C2 looks like the one that we fixed. So we're going to listen to some tunes.
Park on the lake. We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us staring at the water.
Song's over, buddy. That was one hell of a cool scale, though. That was a minor scale. I'll have to pick up a guitar and figure out what that scale was. The music is pretty cool. Alright, we got a key. Gonna do a quick save. There you go. Alright, there's going to be a few of these carts that you got to keep your eye out for. And, you know, you move them around, get them in the right spot. I'm just checking the rooms right now before we move on. Well, sometimes in this game, once you go forward, you can't ever get back. So, keep that in mind. So basically my strategy for this Silent Hill group of videos is I'm just going to put out chunks at first as I kind of work my way through the game. I haven't beat the game yet. I'm not all the way through it. I don't know how long it is. So at first it'll definitely be, you know, chunks from an hour to an hour and a half. And then after that, I'll kind of compile everything into one monster video for people that want to watch it all the way through with all the cutscenes and everything. And probably put out one big monster video as well without any commentating for people that just kind of want to, you know, experience the game without, you know, me having to talk about music and my move and my cats and my wife and all the other things that I like to talk about. But I kind of hope that a lot of people would rather just hang out with me, you know, hear kind of what I'm doing, you know, what I'm up to. Sorry, it's been such a long time between videos. And honestly, I just didn't really have anything all that, you know, I'm not one to just, you know, put out videos, you know, that are just shit just to put something out. I mean, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go silent for a while and then, you know, come back and play Silent Hill. So silent for a while, then Silent Hill. See what I did there? Yeah, so, you know, kind of a little bit about me. You know, I'm not just going to put up something. I'm going to make sure it looks and sounds good. Going to make sure that, you know, it's engaging or whatever. And, you know, I'm not just uploading. You know, I'm working on these videos, doing a little bit of editing, making them a little bit more comfortable to watch, you know, working on the sound. So if you could, give me a like and a subscribe. That'd be great. I totally appreciate it. I'm looking forward to kind of finishing up all these videos, but kind of what I was saying is that, yeah, I'm not just going to put out trash just to put it out. That's why I didn't do Dead Rising, because honestly, it just did not look all that great. Didn't inspire me, didn't get me going, didn't, you know, do anything for me really. Not to say it isn't a good game. I loved it when I was a kid, but, you know, it looked the same as the old one, so why even bother? A lot of these game companies are putting out shit again just, you know, for the sake of money. Some game developers have done that and they didn't make their money back, so some have. I think they saw what Resident Evil did and they're like, man, we got to cash in on some of that shit. Let's remake something. And Silent Hill was one of those ones that did it, but these guys did it, you know, right so far. I'm really digging it. I'm liking what I'm seeing and I'm having a lot of fun. So this is probably going to be a large group of videos. And again, I don't know how far I am. And, you know, that's fine. It'll be as much as it'll be because I don't know when the next group of videos I'm going to do. I don't know when that'll be. I don't know what game will inspire me. Don't know what game will justify me putting a lot of time into it. I basically played through an hour of this game just to kind of see what I thought of it. And wow, just incredible. So I really dug it. I said, yes, this is a candidate for me to go all in on. And I'm definitely going to do it. So thank you for hanging out. Please leave me messages in the comments. Let me know what you think of the game. Have you played it? Are you digging it? Get the guys on the ground first. They're going to be the biggest problem when you're trying to fight these dudes. You need a lot of room, and you don't want to be taking on a 2v1. So that was a 3v1, and these guys got range. So it was great to take that first guy out on the ground. Alright, so a great time is when they're throwing up because they're defenseless. Oh, and then I take a hit. That was a monster headbutt. That's alright, I hit him back. So, you know, we're taking some damage. That just happens. And it's starting to get a little more intense now, which is great. Music's kicking off. The enemies are kicking off. I'm running around hurt. That's what it's all about. Yeah, that's kind of trippy having purses flying through the air and shit. Yeah, there goes another one. No reason to fight most of these dudes. I'm looking for the guy on the ground. Yeah, here he is. Top priority are those dudes. Alright, I think this is what I was looking for. And I think I've already been to the Texan Cafe. I think I was already there. Yeah, I'm double checking right now. So I think we can just move on. Alright, everything's kind of quieting down now. And as you can see, we're in the Woodside apartment, so this is probably a great time to take a break. So I will get to work on part 2, and I will hopefully see you guys over there. Again, my name is Joey. Super excited to have you along for this video, and I'll see you on the next one.